Okay, I'm going to do a speedy video on this paper sample book, which is really cool. It's got a lot of different techniques inside. It's from Sappi, S-A-P-P-I, and it was part of a webinar that was had today, and they said that if you want a copy, you can ask a Sappi rep. So the webinar and a Sappi rep are about the only places that you can get this particular book of samples. But it's really cool. You can probably already see that there is a nice technique going on here. You've got a matte aqueous coating. Yeah. Did I say aqueous? UV? Something. I'll actually put some links to some stuff with better explanations of what is on each of these pages. I'm going to do a quick run through of the things that were coolest in here. There are a couple of things in here that I did not bookmark, but you can kind of see some of the stuff at the top. Let's go ahead and go to one of the first really cool things. It is lenticular. So, you know those things that you used to get in Cracker Jack's boxes? That is lenticular. It is textured. What is technically going on underneath here is there are multiple images, and so when you move back and forth, the image changes. Whereas in this one, it's just a little creepy because the eyes follow you, if you can kind of tell. So that is the lenticular. It's a really cool process for printing. We'll skip the thermography. It's actually a good example of thermography, but you can't see it very well in this lighting right now. So, one that everybody's more familiar with is foil, but this is a pretty good example because you've got different kinds of foil. And again, I'll put some of this information online so that you can find some of it. Let's go on to the next thing. One thing you can't see is that some of these have a lot of texture. This actually has a rubber coating. You might be able to hear the fact that I am kind of sticking to the page. It's really a cool textural example. Same kind of thing going on here. I thought I might be able to get this with the camera. It is embossed and debossed, so you have the footprint where you can really feel it, and it also has a very texture. Let's see here. Base dye and printed in 4-color process with a sandpaper UV coating. So I'll put information about some of these online. One of my other favorites is the flocked Yeti. The Yeti that I am going to call Pet the Yeti. Actually, let's see if I can get him to focus a little bit better. I need to do this video a second time in the daylight because you can see the Yeti and how fuzzy he is, but he's very soft. And I probably should be doing this during daytime to get that nice natural light so you can see these better. This one you're not going to be able to tell at all at night. It's really cool as well. Very nice matte coating. I can see some of these, but they're really hard to capture on film. I said that I was going to do this tonight, so I am going to keep to that. This is a nice spot UV coating. I always love this technique because it's a really nice, light way to do something that looks, to me, very elegant. So you've got text in a coating, and you probably do the reverse of that. You could probably do a glossy paper with a matte coating and have something that's kind of similar. This one is a surprise. It is not something I noticed the first time around. It is thermochromatic ink. So if I rub this, let's see if I can rub it fast enough, the color, you can kind of see, changes. So it changes with the heat of your hand, and apparently that's this was is a more expensive process than some of the other fairly expensive processes as well. The flocked was one of my favorite, and I think they said that one is something that's harder to find someone to do. They have resources in the back, and I will share those with you. Embossed, debossed sort of stuff again. A lot of coatings, a lot of varnish, a lot of, let's see here, liquid foil for her earrings, and glitter coating for the glasses, which you can kind of see, which is really kind of cool. A lot of spot colors. You can't get neon without spot colors. This is an augmented reality page, which I will put a link to. I think it's kind of cool, but I thought there was a lot of process to get to the cool. This one was another one that I was surprised to hear about, and it's also one that I can't really show you very well on video. It is a scratch and sniff. It smells like coffee. It's kind of awesome. This next one over here, you see the face a little bit? It is actually laser cut. So, no idea what I showed you in the background, but it is see-through. That's a laser cut page, and I can't remember if it has a matte coating on it to get the text, or if I think it's probably a matte coating. Where does it say? It doesn't have it on this other page really quickly. So, but it looks really nice as well. Again, I'm a really big fan of this sort of glossy text. And then we have metallic inks on this. Which is always nice. And another thing you can't see is that there are a lot of coatings where there's a lot of texture. So like on this snake, there is a sandpaper type texture on it. So you get a texture on there. This is another holographic with stuff printed on top of it, including a matte coat around the edge here that really makes it pop. So you can kind of tell that it's not glossy on the edge. And again, we have some more spot coatings in here. And I will reshoot this tomorrow in the daylight because there's some really cool effects. This one I need to look up. I think it's just another holographic that you can kind of see there. But anyway, I will do a better job of videoing this again in the daylight. But there you have it, some really cool techniques. My favorite are the Yeti, just excessive use of matte UV coatings and different spot treatments, some other cool things. But really, honestly, who doesn't like a Pet the Yeti?